I know I said it before, but I just want to. You're actually going to sit there?
Yeah. Is it too far away?
It feels like we're in a loveless marriage with you sitting that far away, both at the heads of the table. It feels like we should be eating our dinner, looking down, not talking to each other.
We'll do that later.
Making passive-aggressive remarks.
Take the rabbits in.
We are back.
We're back.
We're back in black. No,
It's been a while.
Oh my goodness. It's a very long break that we took.
Yes.
And we do this annoying thing where we're like terrible parents that just abandon their kids, where we don't make an announcement or anything. We just don't upload.
We just don't turn up.
Yeah.
Like for our kids' soccer game.
Yeah. They just
We don't show up.
Yeah, and our listeners are looking. They're out there on the field, like ready to kick the ball.
And they look to the stands, and there's two empty seats.
What an incredibly sad way to open it.
Sorry.
No, it's great. We're back, and two things. First, we moved place. We moved house.
We did.
Hang on.
Yeah, but nope.
What are you going to find?
Nope.
It's yellow.
Oh! This is really exciting to be back. I'm so happy to be sitting here with you, Maddie.
Yeah.
And we'll just say happy birthday to Maddie.
Oh, thanks.
There you go. Yeah. Maddie's birthday was a few days ago. It's been your birthday weekend.
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah. It's been nice. Yesterday we went to the entrance because we now live in the Central Coast.
Yes, we moved up to the Central
Spoiler
Coast.
alert.
Yep. We won't be any more just like our last place. We won't tell you where.
Gotta be secretive.
Yeah, we're secretive.
But we went to the entrance for lunch, and the highlight really was we got to watch the pelicans.
The penguins. Yeah.
The penguins. The pelicans being fed. It was like a feeding time for the pelicans.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, that was cool, wasn't it? I love pelicans.
It was, and I don't want to bring the mood down, but look.
You don't love pelicans.
No.
They're not your fave.
No.
He has a grudge against pelicans.
I've got a grudge against pelicans.
Tell the story.
Dad used to take us fishing a lot.
Is it okay if I eat a lolly during this story?
I mean, it's not ideal, but absolutely go for it. Go.
Well,
go for it. It would actually be really funny if I was really down, like I was down here, like, hello, yeah, so down was, and here we go, and you're just like.
Can't hear any of the pelican story.
It was like the majority of the podcast. Go on. So we went fishing. We caught a fish. Dad used to bring them home and cook them. Cherie didn't want to. She felt, I guess, some type of connection to the fish. We kept it in some type of container overnight, not really knowing or, understanding what we're going to do with it. I think maybe Cherie was like, do we keep it as a pet? And then it was like, I don't know, Dad probably got in her ear and was like, hey, we got to take this fish back, or we got to do something with the fish. So we agreed to go back to the ocean, or maybe even where we caught it, and put him back, or her, I don't know. And so we get up really early, maybe 6, 7 a.m. I remember it was very, very early, and we get in the car, got him in the container. We go up, ride up into the water. And, it's a bit ceremonious. Like, we're kind of there together and, all right. Oh, la, la, the fishy on his vehicle, or something. We sung some sort of kumbaya. And, the fish gets in, swims away, and I swear, like, less than 2 seconds, a pelican just comes and goes. And we're all sitting there like.
Just in shock.
And I think Dad, from memory, was like, "No, I'm sure he got away." Because we didn't confirm. When I told you this story, like, we didn't see the fish in its mouth. Maybe the pelican went for it, but that pelican would have been fucking
Waiting.
watching us.
Yeah, definitely.
Like going, oh, yes, I ordered the fish over here. You know,
With
like
these beady little
Yeah.
eyes,
100%.
waiting for you to release those fish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And since then, you haven't loved pelicans.
I've not been a huge fan, no.
It stole your pet fish.
Yeah. Can I say, I hate to bring it on a down mood, but I didn't like how many times there was a pelican. We can cut this out if it's too sad, but there was a pelican that they caught that they unfortunately had to put down. I didn't like how many times they kept telling us and bringing it back
They
to.
did keep reiterating.
You know what I mean? Oh, so we have to put him down. It was literally,
the poor pelican.
Yeah, it was like they caught him. They go, yeah, he's going to be euthanized this afternoon. It was like, oh,
Well,
that's sad.
he,
He's
yeah,
like,
he
well,
had a badly broken
there was
wing.
he wasn't, yeah, and he
was
was just
very
sitting there
bad.
suffering, the poor thing.
It's horrible.
But they just kept bringing it up.
Yeah, they did.
And then she's like, "Hi, I'm Kelly." And I mean, hang on, shout out to them. Like they're volunteers.
oh, they're great.
They're doing great work.
Volunteer marine rescue people. Like, they're amazing.
My goodness. But they're around the Central Coast and they're volunteers and they go and do this. And, you know, they probably speak in that language, but it was just funny to just constantly be like, and we are euthanizing him. Up the back, did you hear? We're killing him. We're killing him. Okay, now we're going to take a quick short break. Let's bring out the We're Killing Him dancers. We're killing him. He's going to die this afternoon. Sorry.
But yeah, anyway, the other highlight of my birthday.
Tell me.
Well, I was working on Friday, but you did assign me a small task because
yeah.
I had to drive to Sydney for work. On my way back, there was this instrument that you really wanted that you found on Facebook Marketplace. It's like what is it, a synthesizer?
It's a sequencer. I might have even talked about it on the podcast.
You probably have.
Do you mind if I jump in and just nerd out for a little second?
Oh, God.
I'll keep it
I'll give you
brief.
10 seconds.
Do not time me. This is a sequencer, right? It's called a 303. If you've heard it, Daft Punk's Defunct, they use it in that. It's the bit that goes whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh.
The Chemical Brothers, The Prodigy, like a whole bunch of 90s. And it's basically like a sequencer that's kind of like a little keyboard,
It's
and you
tiny.
program it.
I was not expecting
And
it
you
to be
can
so
jam,
small.
yeah, and you can jam with it live. It's not the original 303. That's probably thousands of dollars, but it's a recreation. And ever since I started making music when I was like fucking 18 or 19, I had a software version of it, and I used to sit there and play with it for hours. It was like drum machines and that. And I always said from that day, man, one day I want to get one for real.
Yeah.
And I never did. And I saw this thing on Marketplace, and it was
It was a good price.
it was a good price, but it was in the Northern Beaches.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just reached out to this guy twice, and then anyway, sorry, continue. That's the background.
Anyway, so Danny sat me with this task on my birthday to pick up this
I felt terrible.
this thing for him.
Yeah, I felt terrible. But in my defense, you were going to Brookvale you were going to Beacon Hill.
No, it was Brookvale.
I mean, Brookvale, Beacon Hill. All right, yep. You were a suburb away.
Yeah.
It was the next
So I
suburb
had to
over.
go there anyway for something else.
Yeah,
But
and this guy was not going to ship it. He was like, pick up only.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
of the
will
small
not send
price.
it.
I'm not sending it. I'm not fucking around. Which fair enough. And you were like, okay, you were going to be the next suburb, and I was like,
I was
this
going to
could
be
my
there.
chance.
He's like, this is my chance. I'll send her to go pick it up. It is her birthday. I do feel bad. So what did you do?
Okay, so I felt bad. I was sending you on this quest on your birthday. By the way, I got her a birthday present, and we had a very nice night, and I got you a birthday cake and some candles.
just letting everyone know I'm not a bad boyfriend.
I'm not a bad boyfriend, but I did feel pretty shitty being like, can you go pick up my stupid little nerdy sequencer on your birthday? So I messaged the guy who I was buying it off, right? And I almost didn't do this because I felt like, oh, this is a bit weird. But then I thought, if somebody asked me to do this, I would 100% be like, yeah, absolutely. I'd message him and I said, hey, do you have a pen and paper? Because he was going to leave it out for you. He had to go, and he was going to, and I'd paid for it, and he was just going to leave it at his front door, and you were going to grab it. And I said, do you have a pen and paper on you? And he said, yes. Why? And I was like, look, man, I know this is a super weird request, but, you know, it's my girlfriend's birthday, and it's, you know, I'm making her pick this up on her birthday. Could you write, you know, I was thinking it'd be fun if you wrote something. I didn't even say fun. I was like, would you write on a piece of paper, happy birthday, sorry your boyfriend sucks, or just, or just happy birthday or something and just leave it on that. Like, I think that would be funny. And again, when I was even writing it, I was like, oh, but I just thought if somebody asked me this, I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. And he goes, no, he was like, oh, look, I've got a lot of stuff to do before I leave.
No.
He said no.
Like as if
That
you
would have
wouldn't
taken
do that.
2 seconds.
He's like, nah. Got a lot on.
Yeah.
Can't. Busy.
Like bro, by the time it took you to respond to that message,
could have done it.
you could have just done it. And then I called you.
No. He said no, and then he said, my recommendation, just have some flowers ready for her when she gets home.
Flowers.
He gave you an alternative.
Yeah, he was like, look, just my recommendation, get some chocolates or
He
flowers. I was
recommended
like,
something
dude,
different.
I've got her birthday. Like, do you think I just didn't get her any presents? You think I'm like, oh, dude, I just remembered it's her birthday and I haven't got any presents or done anything. Can you
give her something for me?
Maybe that's what he thought.
He might have.
Maybe that's what he thought. Now that I say that, I'm like, maybe and he's just like, this piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's got no present. He's just remembered it's her birthday.
I'm not going to write her some shit.
And he's giving me, he's putting the responsibility on me to say happy birthday to her. Maybe. I don't know.
He probably did.
He didn't realize, like, no, I've already had all this stuff planned and we, did nice stuff. So I called you and I told you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this
told
funny
me
thing
that.
happened. I was like, I was trying to get a birthday note left for you because I thought it'd be funny. But he said no.
Yeah.
And
And then
then
you wanted me to write a note that said,
I thought it'd be hilarious because you had pen and paper on you.
Yeah.
Because you went and picked something up and had to leave a note on. Yeah.
yeah. So you wanted me to write him a note that said, thanks for not saying happy birthday, asshole. Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was all prepared to. I was going to. But it turns out he was home when I went to pick it up. Yep. He opens the door. He sees me. He goes, oh, okay, one sec. He goes back in. He gets a little toy thing. He hands it to me. And I'm like, thanks so much. And he goes, oh, and happy birthday.
Yeah, son of a bitch. It's like, no, you don't get to say happy birthday
He
to
did
her.
say it.
It's like he said it like no one else gave him the idea. Anyway, shout out Facebook Marketplace, you dick. You fucking dick. Oh, I've got your sequencer now.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So funny.
Okay, Maddie, do you want to intro us in 3, 2, 1?
Hello.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Yeah.
So last time on the podcast, we talked about your school reports.
Which, if you heard or didn't hear, were abysmal. I was not a good student.
A big surprise to everyone, I'm sure. So I was at my mum's place, or we were at my mum's place recently, and we managed to find some of my old school stuff. So we wanted to do sort of a little comparison for everybody.
Now, we should say, we don't actually know that these are your report cards per se.
Yes. So what my primary school used to do, we got a folder.
It's crazy.
We got a portfolio. They made us one of those plastic
Like you were a secret agent?
Literally.
She was last seen in Berlin.
And it's full. All of the
shit.
sleeves are full.
What I'm
I'm
looking
not
at from
even
here-
joking.
Which is hard to see and my eyes are blurry because of how fucking far you're sitting away. But what I'm looking at here was a report card. That was definitely a report. No, back. That's definitely a report.
Here.
Yeah.
This is my self-analysis.
What do you mean?
We had
in
to.
primary school? In primary school, they turned to the kids and went, how do you think you're going?
This is year 4.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Where do you think you could improve?
Yeah, legit. This is student needs / strength self-analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Name, Madeline. Class 4. It's a year 2000, right?
Yeah.
And it's a grid. It's like, what's the subject? English. And the options are good at, interested, and need help with. All right.
So this is you reporting it.
Yeah, this is
Wow.
my self-analysis. And
Did you just-
I say
Did you just put good at with everything? I'm nailing it.
the need helps with most of them are blank.
Of course. Who the hell is, as a kid? If you're a kid.
I'm not admitting fault.
Yeah, well, if you're a kid and you're saying needs help with, my fear would be they're going to make me repeat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like they probably, and they may have given you context, but that definitely would have been like, if you're failing, like, I don't know, that would have been my fear anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I hated showing teachers my work. I always felt really shy about it.
Why's that?
I don't know. I think I was scared of the criticism.
I get
you
it.
know?
Yeah. It's
But,
scary.
but in English, I did put down needs help with reading. Kind of mostly what English was.
Do you know what that was?
But I was good at writing and spelling, apparently.
If I know you, Maddie, that was you going, I can't be bothered to read. I need your help, miss. Read it for me. Tuck me into bed and read it for me.
Oh, God. It's so silly.
Wow. So essentially there was a self-analysis part. Now, do we have in this portfolio fucking CIA profile on Maddie, is there any teachers?
Well, this is year 4 and, you know, as we can probably predict, it's all pretty good from the teachers.
Yeah.
Oh, we had to keep a list of them.
One of them just says, who?
This. Oh, that's so sad. So part of my math self-assessment, at the end it says, how could math lessons be better? And
Tyler.
I said,
Tyler in there. Why is he in the other class? What do you say?
And I said, if I didn't feel as rushed.
Oh.
That's really sad.
It's and also passive aggressive. You know? Like you could look at it from two ways. If I didn't feel as rushed. If old fucking Snippy Snip up the front maybe just slowed down and took a beat. She's had a bit too many coffees, if you know what I mean.
It was Mr. Phillips, our math.
Oh, that
maths
cocaine
teacher.
snorting motherfucker.
No, that was high school actually. Who was our maths teacher primary school? It would have just been Mr. D.
Wait a minute. You had a specific maths teacher in primary school?
No, I
Yeah.
don't think so. I think
Okay.
we just had a year.
Year teacher.
Yeah. Was that the
That
same
blew
as
my
you?
mind when I got to high school and they were like, no, you now have like 12 different teachers.
Yeah.
Because nobody like mentions that or warns you about that.
No,
I
says
remember
it.
finding that out when I got to high school. They're like, no, you've got an English teacher and a science teacher. And it was like, whoa.
Yeah, so you mean they're not just one teacher?
100%.
But when I went to the Steiner school,
Ooh, yeah.
we did have
From me.
we did have a what do you call it? One teacher who stays with you as your main teacher for the whole time. So from year 7 to year 12.
Wow.
Yeah. And they are your like home
Cult leader?
ground
No.
teacher.
Your home ground.
Yeah.
Sorry, now I'm eating lollies.
Stop it.
They're fucking good. We got them from the entrance. They're good.
Okay. I have a general comment from Mr. D.
Oh, wait. Is it in musical lyrics? Because he played guitar? It's just a list of chords.
And he's
C
like,
chord, G
yeah,
chord.
he's like, work it out.
It's a tape attached. Maddie did pretty well. I'm Mr. D. If you don't remember, Mr. D was Maddie's guitar singing teacher. Guitar playing, singing teacher.
Loved his little guitar.
Oh, and he had a big old dick as well.
Well, we assume.
Yeah.
Okay, he says, Madeline has worked enthusiastically in all subject areas throughout the year.
Okay.
Her bookwork has been neat and well presented.
Ooh.
Well done, Mad.
Matt!
She is-
You guys are on nickname tags! Well done, Matt! Jesus!
He calls me Mad.
Well done, Mad.
She's-
Same time Tuesday, my place? Like, what? What was that? Well done, Mad. What are your plans for the future?
Oh, well, you know, it goes on like that. Boring.
Boring.
And then I got all C's, which is commendable, which is the best one, except for in, I got a satisfactory in music, I think, which checks out because Mr. D wouldn't think anyone is as good as him.
Flat. You're so flat. Wow. So he took you in music and was like, not good enough.
Oh, actually, it was probably Julie. Julie was our crazy music
Biddle.
teacher. No, Julie.
Oh, Julie.
Julie, first name Julie.
Julie.
Yeah,
Yes,
Julie.
Yeah.
No last name.
No
just
last
Julie.
name, just Julie. Yeah.
She was bonkers.
Yeah, right.
She had crazy eyes.
That's right. So in primary school, I do remember you at least had a different music teacher because they couldn't let, you know what I mean? Because that's a specialized skill. You can't, yeah. Now, before we started recording, you said in primary school, one of the subjects you had to do was the words that you used was Indonesian. That's insane. Indonesian.
Did you not have to do a language?
We did in high school from memory. You sampled a few.
Yeah.
And what was crazy was you didn't pick; it was literally randomized, and then you could pick it as an elective.
Okay.
But if anyone from high school is listening, because I know a lot of people from high school listen to the last one, please tell me if I'm wrong here. But I think that some of the language electives that you could pick, I might ask Sarah actually.
Who's Sarah?
Sarah listened to the last one.
Oh.
Yeah, Sarah's got a lot of memories of when she listened to the episode. She said, "Did you tell the story of how you never had any books and you just had crinkled up papers in your bag?" I was like, "How do you remember that, Sarah?" It's such a funny memory to like. So I'm like, wow, that's how people remember me.
And I laugh because it's funny, but it's also
True
so
to my
accurate.
life, living with me as my partner.
So
yeah.
accurate. What?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I'm like, of course.
Yeah, so I think you could pick it as an elective, but I reckon that there was maybe some classes that didn't even get up because there wasn't enough people in them. So, like, I remember there was some people that did French. There was some people that did Italian. But the one that I did was Japanese.
Oh, wow.
I remembered nothing. Nothing from Japanese.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I remember watching
Well, it's
clips
because you
of
only
Akira.
wrote it down on scrambled little bits of paper.
Yeah.
You probably didn't even write anything.
I remember so little from Japanese. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think people did French or Italian, but Indonesian that's wild. I don't know why. Because you're in the middle of fucking rural country nowhere. And it's just, to me, that's such a random country to bestow upon the kids. I don't know. Was there an Indonesian person working at the school and they're like, oh, come on. Like, what?
I'll tell you why. So the Indonesian teacher
There you
just
go.
so happened to be my
Indonesian.
mum's best friend.
Oh, right.
She was actually, she looked after us as babies. She was like a daycare person as well.
Right.
And her name was Angela.
Angela. Shout out Angela.
And she was super into Indonesian culture.
Oh, my God. So it wasn't even an Indonesian person.
No.
It was just some white woman who had a born-again spirituality quest. I was like, you guys should see.
She ate, prayed, loved.
Yeah, for sure.
No, but she loved it. She spent a lot of time there.
Right. In which part of Indonesia? Like, was she specific?
Oh, Yogyakarta.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know.
Okay,
but
fair.
I remember her saying stuff about Jakarta and
Right.
I don't know. What are the other parts of
I'm like,
Indonesia?
well, see, I'm resisting to even comment on it because I really, if you listen to the last episode, one of my worst subjects was geography.
Mine too.
So I know nothing about
Me too.
the other things, but
Don't you worry about that.
Indonesia, I believe, is like, oh, fucking Bali's in Indonesia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. So wait, so she went to Bali. She was just a bogan that went on a Bali holiday. She's like, we got to teach the kids about this because Bali's the best holiday. That's what it was.
How dare you? We learnt Indonesian as a language.
It would be so funny if in that subject there was nothing about the culture, but it was just from the perspective of visiting as a tourist from the Westerner. Now, when you go there, bartering with the taxi driver is a very important part. Now, Maddie, I'll throw this one to you. We covered this in the last lesson. If the taxi driver says $70, what can you say? $50? Very good, Maddie, but I would have accepted 40 as well. You got to lowball them.
Just about bartering. There's a whole subject.
All right, now I want everyone to do their homework on the Bing Tang shirts. It's just about, but like she's done no research about Indonesian culture. She's made a subject just about going on a Bali holiday.
Now how do we get around? We get on a scooter.
Now we're going to be watching this documentary on Chappelle Corby. This is an absolute no-no. I wouldn't have done this. Oh, that's awesome. That's so fun. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense.
Well, what did you learn in Japanese? How to sleep in a tiny like a tiny hotel. What do they call it? Capsule hotel.
A capsule hotel. Yeah. No. He he was a white guy, but from memory, he wasn't a Japanese teacher, but from memory, it's so funny. I remember it, like, even though it was so long ago, I still remember his fucking face. Like, I remember all of the teachers' faces. I'm sure they look a bit different now, but I just remember them all, you know? Go on.
There was a teacher that you found on Facebook, didn't you?
Yeah, so I part of the last episode, I found a teacher, not on Facebook, but I just found out where they're working now.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're just going to go stalk him?
No, I was curious to potentially reach out and see if he'd want to sit down and have a chat, even anonymously. It was one of my teachers. And I remember it was so random, but years after he left the school or I left the school or whatever, I saw him randomly on like a church camp, and I would have been out of school at this point. And he goes, Daniel Giles. And it was a very quick interaction. And he was like, what are you doing now? And I just said, I'm trying to be a filmmaker. And then that was it. And
Random interaction.
But he was the guy that I always respected and I always looked up to a lot. And I was curious. I was like, I'd love to sit down and chat with him and see it. And even if he has no memory of me, just talking to a teacher, you know, who was my teacher,
that would be really fun.
And being like, how did you where were you at when I was a kid? What was going on in your life?
Yeah,
I'd be really curious to have that conversation.
That would be so
we might do that. I might, and if there's any of your teachers, like this Bali holiday teacher.
Oh, Angela.
Yeah,
she's still mates with my mum.
Well,
they've been good friends.
Well, we're gonna obviously have to get her between Bali holidays. if she hasn't already bastardized the culture further and opened a fucking shop over there.
No, she was really cool. She was the one who she directed our year 6 kind of that movie.
Oh, the movie! Oh, we've talked about Angela before.
Yeah, that
right.
was Angela. She was really creative. She was awesome.
A woman of many hats, huh?
Yeah, many talents.
Yeah. I miss Simon.
What, are you going to find a boyfriend in 2 months? The form's coming up.
Hi, Simon.
Hi, Simon.
Okay,
I might call him after.
Okay.
I miss that guy.
Let's focus for a minute.
Yeah, sorry.
So I also found a journal of mine.
Okay.
Now, this was a journal we were forced to do for school.
You guys were forced to do a lot of stuff. I'm starting to think about this Steiner school.
No.
You're like, it's really great. They celebrated individuality. They forced us to do things against our will. It was really cool. It was a cult. It was a cult. Yeah.
No.
We married Mr. D.
We all married Mr. D. It's a single ceremony.
Yeah, and
one at a time.
He played guitar at the ceremony, which was weird. Like he could have hired a band, but he had to do, and he had to and he was hosting as well. He honestly, on reflection, he did too many things that day. Like you're just
He was not focused.
You're just critiquing the wedding, not like I was a child bride.
No, I don't think he even wrote his own vows.
Sorry, go on.
So this was not Steiner. This was not the Steiner school. This was my country primary school with about 100 kids in it.
Maddie just shot me, moving my chair.
He hated it.
It was just like, what the fuck was that? Yeah. Okay, so this is a journal from your primary school. So set up. Why were you forced to do this? What was it in English? And was still primary school?
Primary school, yeah. This must have been, I'm guessing, about the same time, so year 4 maybe.
Okay. Oh, that's young to be journaling.
No, maybe year 5. No, it was 2002. I would have been, 12? So we were forced to do this at school. So I was writing these journal entries at school. But it must have been specified that no one was going to see it. Because I do spill tea in this journal that I would not want anyone to look at, especially the teachers.
Wow.
So I don't know. It doesn't have heaps of entries, but it goes from sort of August to kind of late November. So...
There's a lot there.
Not that long.
Yeah.
But we must have had to do it sort of daily, I think.
Yeah.
Weird. Oh, maybe weekly. Anyway, so this one, this is the first one.
Okay.
I'm only going to read a little bit.
Why?
Well, because it'll get boring. I'll read you this one, though. It's really funny.
And you've got a Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, yeah. We contacted our books, so we had to cover them. I think this is actually just wrapping paper stuck on. We'll post a photo of it. It's really
I was
funny.
going to say maybe that can be the episode. Maybe that can be the episode tile thumbnail.
Yeah, with a picture of
with you.
me in year 3.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is the first entry. It's Thursday, 8th of August, 2002.
All right.
This morning I woke up and I looked out my window. The sky was a brilliant shade of bright blue. It was so bright, the mountains looked blue. I got up and went into the kitchen.
Not a bad opening. Go on.
I wondered what I should have for breakfast. Finally, I decided on pancakes. I went out to feed the chooks. I opened the gate and they all came running to me like they knew what I was doing. I drew myself away from the exciting ways of the chooks to go get dressed.
It's funny. I'm like following. I just want to interject. Following the like diary and format of and structure of this, I'm like struggling to see when the gossip and the tea is coming in, and I'm half expecting you to go. I walked away from the chooks. Fiona is such a fucking bitch.
Kind of gets
just
like
like
that
turns,
later.
makes a real hard left turn. Yeah, go on.
So I had a strong start. After that, I went back outside. I took in the whole atmosphere of the scene. I smelt the sweet air, appreciating the ways of life. But then...
How old were you?
12.
You were 12, appreciating the ways of... Wait, please read that sentence again. No, listen, that's an articulate, very poetic...
Yeah, but it's funny what I say later. I took in the whole atmosphere of the scene. I smelt the sweet air, appreciating the ways of life.
Wow.
But then...
Maddie was an artiste.
No.
All right, here we go.
So a few days later...
Okay, so that was entry 1.
Yeah.
A few days later.
Oh, God. Okay, this was the next one.
Yeah.
Back now. And then I go,
sorry, I got caught up. It's just you open the journal. Sorry about that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Rough couple of days.
I don't really feel like writing much.
Back now. I don't really feel like writing much yet.
Yesterday, spelt wrong, we had school as usual. Nothing interesting, except that I was loaned because everyone else went to the sports carnival. My grandma's up from Manila. Shout out to NB.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway, this thing that I wrote in pen, which is the first entry, is all just total crap that I made up for some unknown reason. Okay, I'll go now. Bye.
Wait, so the sports carnival thing was made up?
No.
What was made up?
The artsy thing that I made up. The first entry, the sweet air and the scene, appreciating that I made.
Wow. Okay. I've got a theory, and I want you to keep going.
God.
I feel like this is. You know what this is? Is it's like I can't think of an example of if there's like a TV show or a movie, but it's like if you're sitting with a therapist and you go, so why do you do this? And you go, oh, I do this because of that, and you go, but why? And you keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's like the first entry, you were like, me. And then it's like you had some sort of realization around like, no one's going to read this.
Yeah.
And you're like, that was all, I'm a fraud. That was all bullshit. That was a performance. Wow. Keep going, please. I love this.
Oh, God. It's so silly. Okay. Then that's when it kind of goes downhill into sort of the school goss and writing about, my enemies at school.
Oh, here we go. Any reoccurring characters from the pod that?
Have I spoken about? Well, I spoke about my best friend Phoebe.
Yes,
she comes up.
Okay.
Millie, have I mentioned Millie?
The name sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Well, okay, I'll describe. Millie was a friend. I did used to go to her house and have sleepovers and stuff. But we were sort of frenemies a little bit as well. She did do stuff that pissed me right off.
Oh, okay.
And she did this thing which really, really got on my nerves. When it was close to her birthday, which must have been sometime in August, September. We used to all catch the bus together in the morning.
Yeah, okay.
So they'd get on at their stop and
all right.
So
that's a long bus ride.
Probably half an hour or so.
Yeah.
So she got on after me. I was already on the bus. She used to get on the bus. And starting at maybe 15 days before her birthday, she'd yell out how many days it was to her birthday.
As an entry to the
That
bus.
was her entrance.
Millie, no.
Loud.
No.
Loud.
14 days to my birthday. Like that?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, yell.
Nah.
And everyone's just like,
oh, shut up. Yeah. That's a spoilt child.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah,
she did have sort of a rich she had a massive house, pool, like her parents had money.
Yeah.
This next entry just references that. It says it's 11 days till Asia's birthday. So we had a girl in our class called Asia. It says 11 days till Asia's birthday and Millie's in 15. They keep going on about it. And this next bit is so bad. God. Anyway, our school concert's soon and we have to do a monologue on a person who helps make peace. I'm doing the Dalai Lama. Yuck, how boring. I actually remember that speech too. Like I don't remember the speech, but I remember doing it.
Did you?
Anyway, and then I says, okay, I think I'll go now. See ya.
I love that you said goodbye to the journal. That's great. That's fucking fantastic.
And then the next entry,
yeah,
I get a little bit sort of self-referential in terms of the journal. It says, I woke up, went to school, came home, nothing really interesting. Hey, have you read Blueback? Well, I don't think you would have, being a journal. Well, it's good. Well, bye.
That's so cute.
Blueback.
What's Blueback?
I think it's a story about someone rides on a whale or something. I think they made it into a movie, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're just like having these very brief conversations with your journal.
Yeah. And
what's really funny
is... It gets worse.
Okay. Oh, please keep going. Yes. I love this. I love it so much.
Oh, God. Okay. This is... Okay. Hi. Hey, today Mr. Watson went psycho at us.
Ooh.
I won't say too much in case this journal gets into the wrong hands. But yeah, it was in music.
What was his name? Mr. Watson.
He was the principal. That could have been the chair throwing incident.
Oh.
It might have been that. Or scissors. He did throw scissors at
He
one
threw
point.
scissors? You mean like a crime? That's like
Yeah,
that's
like
what
he threw them across the room. It was bad.
Oh my god.
I know.
Oh wow.
Anyway, it goes on to
the
say
90s were insane, weren't they? Yeah.
you must get so bored being a journal. Do you? Answer me, damn it. I don't like you anymore. I won't trust you with my secrets anymore. So there. I'm just going to write boring stuff. It's 10 minutes to 2 and I'm bored. Hey, can I just write anything because no one's going to look at this dumb journal anyway? See ya.
I love this. I love this. You see, like you make it. This is what's actually kind of beautiful about this, and this is what I was getting to before, is you give this task to such a young child, and you go, you just got to journal, and then it starts becoming this almost existential crisis. Where you're like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, what
is anyone going to read
the
this?
point of this?
And I love that you've personified it like you're like this is a thing that's receiving it, like it's a living conscious. It's actually a beautiful look into a kid's mind. Honestly, I'm sorry to make it so serious. I know we're supposed to be funny, but like, I actually think it's really cool.
We should make a song out of it.
Yeah, I think it's fucking awesome.
I don't know if I ever told you, but at primary school we used to have to put the flag up. Did you have a flagpole?
We did. That was never bestowed upon me.
No,
I think we
I
can
can't
imagine
imagine
why. Yeah. That look. If that was a duty, that didn't even come across my desk. Okay? They didn't mention it. Maybe that was one they used to announce in assembly, and then they were like, "Let's just make sure we don't let this Giles kid fucking hear it." Yeah. So no, I think maybe some select students did it and raised it up and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. We did have a flag though. I think all schools do.
The Aussie flag.
The Aussie flag, and then they've got their own school flag, right?
I don't know if we did actually. We only used the Aussie
And you do like
one.
half mast on certain days and stuff. Yeah,
on
Anzac Day.
Anzac Day, yeah. So I got to do the flag this day,
Ooh.
and something bad happened.
Oh shit!
Back again.
Back again.
This morning I did the flag, and
Wait,
it was
so yeah, and I'm sorry, I just want to point out as well, you're not. You're in an abusive relationship with your journal because you have the last journal entry just absolutely lost your mind at this journal. I don't fucking trust you. I'm just going to fucking say boring stuff. Fuck you, journal. And then you come back, hey, back. You're in an abusive relationship with this is abusive
it's a
behavior.
cycle.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
cycle.
Yeah.
Can't get out of it. Back again. This morning I did the flag.
You're
and
the
it was-
perpetrator in
Stop,
this story.
stop interrupting.
Sorry. Oh God,
Getting
she's gonna journal out on me. Oh no, I'm sorry, Maddie. I'm sorry.
This morning I did the flag and it was upside down. Whoopsies. So that's a bad thing.
To upside down the flag.
Yeah.
I think that's got a hidden meaning even.
I think it does. I
Yeah.
think that's bad.
Hang on, let's well, you see that in a lot of maybe it doesn't. You see that in a lot of like
I
post
accidentally put it on upside down.
That's great. Hanging a flag upside down is generally a sign of distress.
Yeah.
It's a way to indicate that the entity flying the flag is in a state of need or facing some difficulty. This practice is not restricted to a specific country or flag, and it's recognized as a universal signal of distress across many cultures. Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
So if you're getting invaded or
yeah, and I didn't really know why it was bad at the time. I just knew it was bad.
well, you were distressed. And so subconsciously you were reaching out.
It's from journaling.
And going, I fucking hate this journal. I hate this school. I'm in distress. Upside down flag. Yeah, and what happened? Did they lose their minds? Like, what? Did you get in trouble?
Oh, well, I remember them saying it was upside down and it's bad, and I had to go and run and fix it. Like I had to run up
You had to
to the flagpole to fix it.
had to run.
Well, I did run. I don't know if I had to.
Yeah, it was probably like, oh, Maddie,
I was
actually,
like
it's upside down. Can you fix it?
Pretending
You're
to
like,
take
"Oh my
it
God."
very seriously, you know. This one, okay, back to Millie's birthday.
Tell me.
It's Millie's birthday on Friday. She's gone psycho. She keeps on yelling out, 10 days to my birthday. Yuck. I know what she's doing too. She's taking Asia and Somali to SeaWorld and barring us.
Oh,
So mean.
barring us.
See,
so
frenemies.
you didn't get invited.
I must not have, no. Yeah, and my best friend Phoebe, it says in here, I get bored in the morning on the bus because Phoebe catches the Gormans Road bus.
Oh, that sucks. You couldn't be with your friend.
A different bus.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is funny because I reference Healthy Harold and there's a funny story.
Oh shit. Okay.
I know.
Any mention of Tyler in these journals?
Yeah, you know, I was actually looking for that, but I will get to that in a
Okay.
second.
All right. Here's the Healthy Harold.
Okay, we've just been to Healthy Harold. It was so cool, spelled with a K.
Yeah. You kept it classy and cool, even in the.
At the end, Phoebe got to work Harold. See, I told you we did that.
She got
She
to
got to
puppet?
puppet him.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she got to work him, and I asked him if he liked being stuffed in a box this whole time.
Oh, that's so cute.
And he told Phoebe, no, it's shit.
No, he did.
He did. It was really funny. After that, Harold got a stern talking to. The guy's name is Nava. He was really nice.
So Phoebe, did she go, no, it's shit?
I think he did.
Who?
The guy.
He used the word.
Oh, maybe Phoebe did.
I feel
it's
like-
unclear.
Yeah.
It's unclear.
I don't know that the Healthy Harold instructor would have gone, no, it's shit. I feel like that would have gotten back to the, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But, 90s might have.
That's true. No, it's shit. That's funny. Okay, all right. Go on. Tyler. You're like, now this journal was written yesterday. Oh, God, I miss Tyler. The one that got away.
I do talk about Smallville in this journal.
Oh, no.
My favourite show at the time.
Yeah. I will say, I can see it from here. Beautiful handwriting as an
Thank you.
11-year-old. My God, my handwriting now sucks. Wait, I don't dare going, God, if you can hear me, this prayer, help. And our school concert is tonight, even worse. Excuse me, hey, I went to the chiropractor yesterday. At 11?
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Maybe I hurt myself dancing or something.
Smallville was on Tuesday. It was so good, as Smallville always is. But there was a sunset in it, and it was so fake. It was like special effects. Oh, well. Anyway, we have a computer this morning, and me and Phoebe are making a little movie of our own. Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God. It gets really juicy.
Yeah, go on.
Is this boring?
No, I love this. Are you kidding me? I love it. I'm really into it.
Sorry, I'm just checking if there's any mention
No.
of
It's all
Tyler.
right. We can cut it down.
I think actually by this point Tyler was gone. He must have been gone, yeah.
Moved on.
But I do start dating someone else.
Oh, and do you talk about it?
His name has not come up on the podcast yet.
We have a new player.
Yeah, we do. This gets so self-referential because remember that story we read out on the podcast that I wrote at school?
Yes.
The big nose one.
Yes.
I write about that story in this journal.
Okay. Wow.
I said, I'm writing a story for the yearbook and it's about this girl and her name's Shannon and she's meant to be me. She goes fishing, but I'm not actually sure what's going to happen yet.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's so cute. Oh my God. So if you've heard.
Oh God, this gets so funny. Sorry, go on.
No, if you've heard that, I can't remember what episode it is. But if you heard that, it's Maddie's journals or Maddie's yearbooks. I think it's an early episode where you read that story about Big Nose, and I fucking love that. On top of writing that story about Big Nose, you've also journaled the writing process of what ended up being a pretty, I'm not shaming you, but a pretty basic story. And you, as an
me, how
11-year-old
dare you.
kid, was sitting there going, "So I'm working on this story. Lot of moving pieces. I'm
Trying
doing
to get the character out going. And then in that same paragraph, I say, journal writing is so boring. Everyone is there scribbling away, trying to get all their petty thoughts down on paper.
Wow. Petty
God,
thoughts
I
down.
was such a
They're petty
I was
thoughts.
such a broody child.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
You're like, the petty thoughts. Look at these people. Look at them all scurrying away.
Oh God.
Tell me.
Okay, so this is October, 17th of October. Hey, this might sound really dumb, but I'm going out with Robert.
Oh, whoa. Okay, let's not rush into this journal. Let's take a moment and appreciate you dating a boy named Robert. Not Rob, not Robbie, not Bob. 11-year-old decided
Robert.
that his preferred name as an 11-year-old child was Robert. Okay, tell me everything from A to Z. Give me the absolute profile of Robert. Why have I not heard about Robert? I am so excited to hear about Robert.
He's nothing that remarkable.
They
from
never
what-
are, apparently. The only person that was Tyler. And then it's just been a fucking downhill. You peaked too early, Maddie.
I really
And it's just been a
did.
downhill trajectory, and then maybe a bit of a bump when you got to me, but not compared to Tyler, clearly. Do you know what I mean? If we could draw a graph, it would be like starting at the very top and then down. And then you meet Danny, but it's still only...
And all I say is, and I actually kind of like him. Anyway, there's someone sitting next to me, and I don't want to say much more.
Anyway, I think we're being... Anyway, I think this line is tapped.
being watched. And then I go on to say 2 of my classmates were repeating year 6. Is that normal?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe I think they were actually young for their years.
That would have been
that's
hard.
why.
That would have been real hard.
Yeah.
Being a kid and being like,
Anyway, and then I said I'm nervous about high school. Like maybe the work's going to be too hard or something.
oh, wow. So
And
this would have been coming to a close because now, yeah, go on.
So I started going out with Robert on the 17th of October. Jump to
5 days after my birthday.
November 13th. We just got back from swimming. I dumped Robert, but he...
Who is this girl? Where did she go? This is not the Maddie I know. You are brutal?
Oh, I'm pretty brutal now.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dumped Robert, but he won't get a clue. God, this is depressing.
This sad little
I
boy.
was such a horrible child.
He won't get a clue.
So mean. Oh my God. That's so bad.
I dumped Robert, but he won't get a clue. So I have organised for his murder. Oh, tell me. This is fantastic. Every minute of it I love so fucking much. It's so good.
Oh no. Yeah. I do something else funny where. So remember when I was spilling tea about Mr. Watson.
Yes.
And I said, "Oh wait, Mr. Watson's in the room. Better be quiet." But my writing gets smaller.
Oh.
Better be quiet.
You wrote tinier. It's cute. You kind of had this journal. I love that you had this journal, which by all rights should be a safe place, but for you, this journal was just this
place of
annoying friend.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, hi.
Couldn't be bothered talking to.
Yeah, you're like, why am I talking
Like,
to
this
you?
is so annoying for me.
This is
Annoying and boring. Boring was like a big part of it. Yeah.
yeah.
So funny.
interesting. I've never seen. I'm so glad you shared this because I've not seen this side of Maddie. I've not seen this version of like, you know, preteen angst.
The
you know?
angst is
yeah,
real.
Yeah.
Really prevalent.
You're like, fuck off, everyone. I dumped Robert.
Oh, what a bore.
What was Robert like? Tell me everything about Robert.
Robert was, he was unremarkable, really. He was a bit snotty.
As in a snotty kid?
Yeah.
As in snot on his face?
Kind of. Like he was
dirty.
kind of sick a lot. A bit sickly.
Why did you go out with Robert?
I don't know. Maybe there was a slight manliness to him.
Listen to the way he wiped his snot
He
away.
was a bit sort of bigger, I guess.
Big boy.
Kind of.
Big fat boy.
No.
I've dumped sad old fat little Robert. I've sent that Porky on his way.
No, but he sort of had this voice that it was a bit, sounded sort of.
Luke, I am your Maddie.
No.
I am your boyfriend.
Just a bit. I don't know how to describe it, but
Tell
a
me.
bit sort of sickly. Like he sounded like he had a blocked nose a lot of the time.
Hey, Maddie.
Which
Can we get down to the lake? I better put my plug in. Been a bit sick lately.
Was that it?
yeah, and he was just a bit sort of nothing, I think.
He was a bit nothing.
Yeah. Not a
Jeez.
whole lot of personality, I will say. Because, you know, I was obviously brimming with it.
This is the last like 70 seconds of this podcast. This is why there's so many incels out there. Because of statements like that. He was just nothing and boring. He was nothing.
I'm sure he grew into a lovely man.
No, he snotted up the place. He started COVID.
We're all a bit gross when we're
Sickly-
12, aren't we?
Sickly Robert.
No one likes a
no.
12-year-old.
I went to China and I got a bit sick and then the pandemic started.
God damn it, Robert! You're nothing! You hear me? That's how you broke up with him? You are nothing, man! Do you hear me? Nothing! He is nothing and boring.
Yeah, so
Wow.
that's my Year 6 journal, everyone. You're welcome. Thank you.
It was
Thank you.
so good.
Yeah, there's more, but I won't subject you to it.
No, I mean, is there any... is
Maybe
there-
we'll come back to it
yeah,
at
but
some point.
is there one where you can sort of close? I mean, the Robert close was pretty good, but is there any other one that's maybe just a bit? No, here's what I want to know because we're approaching the end. You're starting to talk about high school's coming up. I'm getting nervous. So obviously, this journal came to a close. We heard your first entry. What I'd like, at least, if possible, is to hear your very last entry. What was the last thing you wrote in there?
Yeah, it's not.
Robert is a bore. Robert has killed himself in an act of desperation. Like I'm just like, oh my god. Okay, thanks everyone. Let's remember that. No, go on.
It's an interesting last entry.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
100%. Let's.
There's a bit.
Okay.
Okay, so in the entry before, I tell Journal that we won the
I tell
assembly.
Journal.
We won the assembly point score, which, you know, like at the end of Harry Potter when the house
Was
they
the same
announce the
thing?
house that wins.
Right. So
Same sort of thing.
Yeah, and from memory, like I remember in primary school.
The prize.
Oh no.
The prize is
Wait,
We
so the
got
house. Wait. Okay. All right. Fuck it. I'm not. I was trying to explain. Okay, how do the house boys work? And it's like, who cares? Let's get to this. You're losing your mind. We almost didn't include this,
I don't
Maddie.
know why this is so funny.
Okay.
but
Go on.
I can't cope.
Mm.
The prize is we get a coupon for $2. At the school canteen.
To share between everyone? To share between the 50
recall there's only 100 kids in the school, so I'd probably be like 20. 20.
Like a lollipop.
Oh.
Okay, everybody gets a lick.
No, I think I think it's each. I hope it's each.
$2.
And I wrote, how cool is that? I mean, seriously.
$2.
Why is that so funny?
Because the economy's in the toilet now. And a $2 prize is that laughable.
It was 2002.
But still, I get it. But like, still, there's just not a lot.
Oh my God, I loved it though. It says, anyway, it's our last day of swimming today and we get to buy from the pool canteen too. Oh, what a great day. I'm dying.
What a great day.
Oh God.
Oh, Robert's a bore, but at least there is a silver
To
lining.
buy from the pool canteen.
What a great day. She was a girl of simplified taste.
Come on. And then it says, oh, what a great day it's going to be. Except that we have to go to Connor's place this afternoon. Oh, well, he's not that bad anyway. He's sitting next to me, so I better be quiet.
You have a habit of writing about people close by.
Oh, God. Well, you know, one track mind sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my last entry,
Oh, yeah.
it's very varied. I dyed my hair.
Oh.
It's like a reddy orangey colour.
Okay.
We're going to Wet and Wild for Somali's party.
Ooh.
How cool. It's in 12 days. Isn't that groovy? This morning we had to save a baby currawong. It was so cute. But the grown-up ones steal baby birds out of other birds' nests. The meanies.
The meanies.
Love Madeline.
That's it.
That's
the
it.
last one.
That's the last one.
You didn't return to it.
No, that's it. That must have been the end of the kind of school year.
Yeah. So this would have been a year 6 book. And did you ever go back to journaling? I know I've kind of gotten you into secondhand. I haven't tried to. You kind of secondhand have gotten into journaling because I do it a lot.
I do occasionally, not as often as you.
But having said that, did you ever through your high school years go back to journaling?
Yeah, I definitely did.
Did you talk to it like it was a person?
Probably.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I'm sure I could find some of them somewhere, but I think they would be a little less innocent, a little more, teenagey.
I just love that you kind of had that last boyfriend was August to November, so September, October, November. So you just needed somebody to get you through what spring that was. And you were just like the year, there was the end of the year was approaching. You're like, all right, I'll have a boyfriend.
Hey, Maddie. Hey, Maddie.
And it was Robert.
Sickly little Robert.
Hey, Maddie. I really like you, Maddie.
And then you're like, I've dumped him. He was a boring nothing.
What a bore.
He can't quite get the hint. Wow.
Anyway, that's it.
That was fucking.
Thank you.
Honestly, that was fantastic.
What a ride. What a ride that was.
Really, really good.
Glad that was in there.
100%.
Very entertaining. You're
100%.
welcome.
Yeah.
Well, we will hopefully be back next week.
Yes. I'm
And-
sorry that we haven't been around, but fucking hell, the move was so
It
stressful.
almost killed us.
And
to
then
be
I got
honest.
sick, and then it was just
It was too much.
It
for
was
everybody.
a nightmare. But we're setting up a permanent spot for us to podcast in our cute little rompus room, which we're very excited about.
Yeah. Gonna get a little sign made.
And we're gonna get a little sign made.
Might even video some.
We
of
might
it.
even film them because I've got a camera now, so we might even film them. And what about this, Maddie? What about at the start of every episode? I'm playing with my little 303.
Oh.
No, okay.
We might as well, saying I had to pick it up on my birthday.
Yeah. We should get him on the podcast.
Oh, we should. He would say no. They're too much on.
He's already let us down. Oh, sorry, I got shit to do. Okay, cool.
Thanks
Well,
for listening, everyone.
thanks for listening. Go and rate us 5 stars, or just
Follow
you know.
us on Insta.
If you haven't listened to all the episodes as well, please go and listen to the old ones.
They are quality.
They're really good. I stand by them all. They're very funny, especially the ones where Maddie's talking about her primary school years, which are in our first few episodes. They're fucking fantastic. Still love them. All right, sign us off, Maddie.
All right. Good night, kids.
Good night, kids.